Well, it's been a while. So where have I been the last 2 years? I think February or April was the last YouTube video, 2024, that I filmed. And here we are. Basically, this will be out 1st of January. So yeah, where have I been? Well, 2024 was a bit of a shitstorm. Coming back off the year I had in 2023, which was incredibly successful. Despite drawbacks with injuries and whatnot, we achieved a relatively successful season, collecting like second, third, first places, top 6 at a men's open as a junior international final. And then it was time. We went assisted. We decided it's time to start chasing the pro card, and things were all merry. 2024 then was full of injuries, sickness. I was ill maybe 4 or 5 times with various different sicknesses. I hurt my hamstring. I came off a lower back injury from prep, and it was challenging. We didn't, in my eyes, make anywhere as much progress as I wanted to. And from a bodybuilding perspective, obviously that first year when you go assisted is obviously very crucial because you're going to make a lot of gains. And when you're chasing a pro card, there is no such thing as missing. You have to be 100% on it, especially if you're not some kind of genetic phenom. You've got to put the work in. Now, does that mean that nothing was achieved? No, absolutely not, because after this last diet just done, it was very evident we have made a lot of progress despite all the setbacks. But there was a lot of sessions missed, a lot of meals missed from sickness, from injury and so forth. That it definitely wasn't ideal, but no matter the fact, every chance I had, I hit my sessions 1000%. I got my meals in 1000%, and I just made the absolute most despite the setbacks, the mental fatigue I had of, wow, I've just committed to this lifelong goal, and obviously putting my health technically on the line, because as soon as you do go assisted, you do put your health on the line. And yeah, it was disappointing. But nevertheless, we cracked on. From a personal perspective, I switched jobs. So I was working a desk job at the gym doing personal training. I then sacked that off for something a little bit more stable. So I started working at a pub, which is not the environment you need for chasing a pro card. It's being around people who have very opposite mindsets to you, very opposite styles of living. And that definitely affected my mental health a lot. Wanted to be surrounded by people where they were driven, they wanted bodybuilding to be the number one goal, and I did not have that. But it was a means to an end, and I had to take the opportunity I did. That's not to say that 2024 didn't come with a lot of blessings. Through 2024, I had a lot of things happen. We went to Vegas to see the Olympia, did lots of holidays, just had a little more life experience, but in all honesty, it was pretty shit. So going into 2025, obviously I really wanted to turn my life around. And I was just desperate looking for what was that option, what was going to change things and just get my life back on track. So February rolled around and a job position came available as the new Ultraflex West London was opening. And I kind of had a moment where I just thought, fuck it. What have I got to lose? And there was like a front of house position available, and an assistant manager role available. And initially I was just like, oh, I'll just do the assistant manager role because I still want to have like kind of a more flexibility. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, no, fuck that. I'm way too overqualified to work just behind the desk. I want to have something I can really challenge myself with, and make a difference. And that's what we did. So we applied, we got the position, we got the role. So that started in March. We started also, as an extra point, we started working with my coach, Ben Chow, end of August as well. So kind of like things started to turn around with my bodybuilding, and 2025, we pushed it. So we got big, we got 220 pounds, which was around 65 pounds up from my lowest of prep. Pretty fluffy, but as I like to say, all body fat is scaffolding. So we put the scaffolding up and we got to work behind the scenes, aka building my physique. So we then took on a pretty difficult task of effectively working 2 full-time jobs with Trinity and also with the assistant manager role. but it was a challenge I wanted to take. And 2025 has been the year I have been most locked in ever. I got ridiculous amounts of work done, obviously, for Trinity. We had the PCA Universe, which went really, really well. We had 2 drops over the 25, and it was obviously really good to see. But obviously, the drawbacks of then working 2 full-time jobs is that with that comes obviously very little time. But again, I didn't miss a meal, I didn't miss a session, and we then started my diet start of May. And then from that, we just started to see more and more how much change has gone on my physique, how leaps and bounds have come on. My legs like doubled in size. The whole of me is doubled in size, but especially the legs, which is obviously what we wanted to do. And now kind of basically catching you guys up. We are now here at the end of 2025, where it's been one of the most hectic years of my life. Bought my first apartment, bought a new car, moved in with my girlfriend. We now have this lovely apartment, which I'm now in, which has been incredible. She cooks all my meals for me, so that way I can literally just work, train, eat, just completely uninterrupted, and basically give my dream of chasing this pro card 100% focus, time, and attention. So it is now with my proud feelings announcement to be able to say 2026 is now here, and we will be going for my first assisted season, the debut of my first true classic season. And wow, am I excited, because this is going to be incredible. 2026 has got so much possibilities. We've got currently around 3 shows lined up. We have got a lot of plans with Trinity, which obviously kind of will unveil themselves along this journey. And we've also got a pretty good idea of what we want to do for content as well for this year. So the YouTube is back, and it will be here to stay. It's not going anywhere now, with the fine help of my assistant, CJ Flex Films. So we will be having monthly videos where it's going to be more of a documentary style, pretty long form videos, recapping each month as we go past, as well as obviously show days, behind the scenes of not just the bodybuilding, Trinity, even some Ultraflex stuff, my personal life, all that kind of good stuff. So you guys are going to be well and truly with us for the ride from the start of the year all the way through the season, and all the way through till the end of the year. So that kind of concludes this wrap up, and yeah, plans for the season are going to be as followed. So show announcements. We have got first show currently lined up being the 14th of June, which is the PCA Hampshire and Aldershot, which is around 50 minutes down the road. So that will be 14th of June, which will then put us around 20 weeks of prep into show 1. Ben really wants to take our time with this one. We have dieted together, we've bulked together, so we kind of know my body pretty well now, but obviously you need to make sure you leave room for if anything comes up, like injury or sickness, but also just to make sure we are well and truly ready, because this year we are going to be bringing some absolutely nasty conditioning. We're going to be inside out peeled. The last diet I had, we definitely got leaner than I would say I've ever been before. Never had the amount of detail across my full physique, but especially kind of in the lower body as well. So that'll be really, really cool to display. And then basically we're going to take things as it comes. I think second show will be the 21st, week later in Peterborough. And then the last show being the 4th of July, which will be a 2-bro show. So really dipping my feet into that NPC scene, which obviously is where we will be chasing a pro card. Plans did change. We were going to do Alicante, but unfortunately due to scheduling this year, they've changed the PCA schedule differently this year, and the 2-bro schedule is also very different this year. So unfortunately it's not going to quite work out. Nevertheless, we are still going to be coming for some sort of serious silverware this year. So kind of the expectations for the season is I definitely want to be in the top 3, if not win all 2 of my PCA shows. And I want to be top 3 in my 2-bro show. An overall will be nice, but nothing is promised. So we'll just see how as it goes. But those are the expectations I have for myself. And I think as my physique is growing, I think a lot more people are now also having those expectations. Luckily, I'm still a very small fish, so don't have large amounts of social media pressure or anything. I'm not constricting myself to being the bodybuilding influencer. I don't need to do these reels, these posts all the time. I'm literally just posting when and if I wish. If I'm happy with my physique, I post it. But the majority of this content from this season will be all YouTube documented, because I find it a lot more fun, a lot more transparent, a lot more real. So that'll be kind of things in terms of the content side. Those are the expectations for this year for bodybuilding. For Trinity, we're going to be hitting up the most amount of expos we've ever done, the most amount of pop-up shops we've ever done, and really going to try and really bring ourselves into our own this year, really establishing ourselves as one of the top brands in the bodybuilding scene. So that's going to be incredibly exciting, really kind of competing with the likes of, really trying to get ourselves into that realm of competing with the Gasps. Even though Gymshark and VQ aren't really bodybuilding brands, they still kind of have those athletes. So really kind of competing with them. And I still but truly believe that we will stand above them all, given the time. And yeah, those are kind of the plans for the year, the expectations. I think another point, just to kind of wrap up, is the mindset of things going into the season. Bodybuilding means a lot more to me and a lot more different to me than it did before. Before it was fun, it was passion, I gave it my 100% sure, but now it's my career. It's a lot more sacrifices. There's a lot more on the line now. Even though we aren't going necessarily for a pro card this season, there is more expectation than ever, and it's only going to get larger and larger and larger. So for me, bodybuilding has given me absolutely everything. It's given me my career, whether you look at it from a bodybuilding perspective, Trinity, my job at Ultraflex, everything I do is bodybuilding, and things are just going to get more and more serious, and not many people are built or cut out for it. I don't have really an escape from the sport. My life is the sport. And because of that, there is no missing. There is only 100%. And I think people will see this year truly how much commitment and passion I have for the sport. Nothing's going to come between me and that first place, whether it's this year or next year or the year after that. We will be getting our pro card. We will be winning shows. We will be clearing up. And I truly do stand by that. So if you don't believe that now, it's up to you. But for me, I know truly what I'm capable of, and people will see the physique that I know will be achieved as we fill that weight cap and just get bigger, better. And yeah, on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in again. Sorry for such a long delay, and trust me, it will be worth the wait when you see the videos this year, the results this year. And yeah, can't wait to really truly kick things off again. So on that note, signing off, share with a fellow cunt, as we used to say, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Prep begins now.